I thought you were going to explain. You said you... All right. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late.
We were going to talk about it. Me and you were talking about it. We were talking about
this thing's already a hit.
Yeah, that's right. That's hilarious. But Tony has been on many episodes of Death Squad. If you've listened to the Ice House Chronicles, he's been on the Joe Rogan podcast. And he's been asking for a podcast for a long time.
And people have been asking Brian to give me a podcast for a long time. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, that's totally. My mailbox is flooded.
So
with a whole bunch of offers from other things. But no, and this is kind of cool because we've actually shot different ideas, which we might even do sometime together.
A lot of ideas.
Yeah. And what was your idea for this one?
I was looking at that note earlier that said the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yeah. I had this idea that I really want to do. I don't know if you guys ever remember the Apple Dumpling Gang. Yeah, Don Knotts and Tim Conway. I want to reboot that, but I'm Tim Conway, he's Don Knotts, but we're just like, it's like super dirty. Like it's like the Apple Dumpling Gang grows up or something. Or it grows...
I don't even know what the Apple Dumpling Gang is.
Netflix that shit. Well, it's probably horrible now. I can't even imagine.
So I'm excited about this. This is fun. We have a different concept that I decided to go with here. I got really high one night, and I had the idea that if I'm going to do a podcast on a Monday night at the Comedy Store, in which there's 50 people that a lot of people don't know around the country and stuff, that like 50 or 60 comedians come here every Sunday and Monday at 6 o'clock.
It's a mob.
It's unbelievable, and everybody's been part of it at some point. Every great comic, I mean, you read whatever book, no matter how many decades ago or whatever, and they talk about a Sunday or a Monday night here, signing up at 6. I mean, the system hasn't changed at this place forever. So when you set a Monday 8 o'clock podcast, I'm like, how can we use the natural resource of this building to our advantage? Because there's so many comedians that want to do so much. I mean, and when you don't get a spot downstairs, it's just like a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Because you wait for an hour.
You pay for parking.
Right.
You usually have to do something like miss something or do something just so you can make it there, like leave work early. I mean, I remember trying to do it. I gave up pretty quick.
Right.
Because it's like, I don't know, the other comedy clubs are even worse. I heard like the Laugh Factory, where people are starting to line up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you don't get on.
And it's a random lottery. They just pick 15 random, like maybe a few, a couple employees owe a favor to or think they're really funny, and when they're making the lineup or whatever, they're like, we got to give this guy a spot. He's been hilarious for 5 or 6 years. We've seen him, so. But other than that, it's very random. And I used to ride my bicycle here all the way from Burbank. I would take the train at Universal City and get off at Hollywood Highland, and then I'd bike miles right around where you live is where I used to live, and it's crazy, the bicycle ride home after you don't get a spot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's really a mind fuck.
It's almost as bad as getting the spot and failing and hating yourself like you just want to kill yourself. It's almost that bad.
And I think a lot of people, I hear so many people say, how do you start? How'd you start? It's like the $1 million question. You get asked that all the time. Like, how do you even start something like that? And it's, it's going through that kind of ridiculous grind. And once you do a spot and you do good, you want more. And it's crazy.
It's an addiction.
And so there were tons of people. And I figured, why not give everybody a smaller forum than the 3 minutes that they're trying to get. And that's all for 3 minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
So I said, what if we give everybody 1 minute? And see how it goes. If I brought a funny friend on, because
then that's a total of 4 minutes. So you've added an extra minute. You've added 25%.
If they
more.
get a spot downstairs, and made it to the first, 15 people that signed up here, then they get a total of 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 33% more work than they thought they were going to get tonight.
And who knows, maybe down the line you even tweak that number a little bit and you can add more percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a growing podcast, guys.
Right.
You never know what's going to go.
It's so experimental, it's crazy. This whole thing can fucking explode at any given moment. There's no doubt about it. This thing has barely any structure whatsoever. But we're gonna try our best to me and I have a very special guest, one of the funniest people I know. Rick Ingraham is here. And,
yeah. Wait a second. You know what? Rick Ingraham is amazing.
Yeah.
But I think you need to really tell people what the name of this podcast is because there's a lot of
right.
I was at JCPenney's earlier and I was looking at Twitter and there was some controversy about the name because a lot of people think you should change it to something else. What do you want it to be?
I'm pretty bendable at this point. I always thought that a decent name for a podcast would be Hinchcliffe's Notes because it's a cool mix of like Cliff's Notes and
it doesn't roll off the tongue though.
Well,
Hinchcliff Notes.
I'm pretty sure nothing with the word Hinchcliffe in it's going to roll off the tongue
unless you spell it out, which is a lot of what a lot of people on Twitter they think it should be H plus inch cliff plus E podcast.
H plus inch cliff plus E. That's how you spell it.
Right. But spell it out maybe like inch plus
it's
H.
It's not itch. There's not an itch in there. It's H plus inch cliff plus E. That's how I tell people to spell when they go, can you spell that out? All the time.
It seems like it's more confusing though. I remember like it took me like a month to figure out what you were talking about.
It's not more confusing.
'Cause I'm like H plus inch cliff plus E. Wait, what? Oh, he's spelling it, but all right, I see.
It's Inchcliffe with an H at the beginning and an...
Very.
I don't know.
Do you ever think about Hollywooding it up, like putting a red band to it, like having a Tony Baloney or something like that?
Tony Baloney, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, Tony Baloney.
Does that roll off the tongue?
That's perfect. If your name was really Tony Baloney.
What if we keep it untitled? And that's like
this is the pilot. That's what's good. This is the Tony Hinchcliffe pilot podcast. So this is when you figure out what you want this to be.
I have to decide right now?
No. By next Monday.
By next Monday.
At 8 p.m.
Cool. I gotcha. So you guys might witness history at some point. I love it.
Yes.
How exciting.
When did you first meet Rick Ingraham?
I first saw Rick Ingraham. I signed up. The first time I signed up here was a Sunday night, and I got to see Rick Ingraham a few nights after that when I was just here watching one of the real shows for the first time. I think it was probably that Tuesday night, something like that. Right. And my mind was blown because he's so funny and he's off the cuff all the time. I mean, it's ridiculous. And he just cracked me up. Him, Duncan Trussell, like there were a few people on that lineup because sometimes it's really old school here because there's a lot of people that have been here for decades. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And then all of a sudden you see somebody like that, and it gives you hope that. You guys all know who Rick Ingraham is, by the way? Yeah. There you go. Should we?
Yeah, let's bring him up.
All right, great, ladies and gentlemen. My first and only guest tonight. Put your hands together for the one and only Rick Ingraham, everybody. Fuck yeah, Rick Ingraham.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm fucking great.
Interesting mic choice, by the way. The one right next to Tony. You guys are very close, I could tell already.
I was confused if maybe I was supposed to sit there or why there are so many.
Here, I'll get closer.
I love it.
Let's bring it in.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about this.
Wait, do all of us have to take our shirt off, or can we do like a shirt off, pants off, hat off type of thing? It's going to get creepy.
Let's touch ends of the mic, but we can't untouch it the whole interview.
Listen,
does it? Oh, it's
right,
happening.
Now touch this.
All right.
Oh my God.
Is that not the gayest thing?
No.
really
is.
Now let's take our left hand and put it
directly on the crotch. This is experimental, and I heard it from a hipster friend of mine that it's the best podcast that they've ever heard.
Oh yeah.
2 weeks ago, they told me. They said it's not out yet, but it's fucking amazing.
They love it.
So I knew they were genuine.
I'm sure they're going to keep loving it because I highly doubt this train wreck's ever going to go mainstream.
Perfect. Well, as long as we can keep no listeners, it'll be high on their list, I'm sure.
I love it.
There's already too many people on this list of open micers for it to be fully
It's true.
hipster.
You know, I was actually surprised. I went out there at like 6:30 or so.
Right.
And I basically explained what was going on, and only 9 people signed up. And then after I walked away with the list, people started tracking me down. Like one after you could tell everybody had second thoughts. They're like, wait a second, what if I don't get up in this room? And how can this help me? I've never been on a podcast. I guess I could say that I did a podcast at the Comedy Store.
I have an extra minute to kill.
Right.
Wow. I mean, that's probably high on the resume. If they're if they're getting bumped down on the open mic downstairs, give them a minute of pure humiliation upstairs.
I love it.
Still get some attention, which is really what they want. Positive, negative reinforcement, doesn't matter. That's why most people are in Hollywood, because they don't care that no one likes them, ever.
Right.
They can stick it out.
So, yeah, so basically the plan would be that they do a minute each, and we either...
Do we then sit them down here, or is there a reason, or is that...
That was one of the producers of the show, Josh Martin. It was his idea to leave an empty seat and an empty microphone, just in case somebody did so good that we wanted to call them over to the couch.
That's Josh, obviously, an expert in comedy, knew that there was a lot of talent on the lineup tonight.
Heck yeah.
I still think it's a good idea.
That was kind of like a cartoon dog version of Josh Martin.
Yes, it is. Exit stage left even.
All right.
That's pretty good.
So are these people all open micers, or are these people here because they are decent people who want to make fun of bad human beings?
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah, I see that Death Squad shirt right there in the front row.
I think these people are...
These people are here to watch the humiliation.
I think so.
Beautiful.
Or it could go good. You know, the other side of it is...
as Josh pointed out,
we could...
I might be scooting back over once the new George Carlin comes up here and crushes.
Right.
Can you imagine a minute doing so good in a minute that the two of the most cynical people, probably three, I don't know how cynical you are, Red Band, but
If it's a girl, it's different. But yeah.
well, obviously that's vagina rules don't apply.
No, I think if there's a hot 1 minute girl, we automatically she gets to go on the couch, right?
Yeah, that's
what are we?
I mean,
are we
San Fernando rules, I think, is what that one's called.
The casting couch.
If she can get it going in 1 minute, that's going to be exciting. In 1 minute, I mean, there's a good chance that Chris Rock would bomb if he only had 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, well, it's not really about the minute as much as it possibly is about a joke that's under a minute. Like, everybody also gave me the topic. Like, for example, Skylar's going to be talking about chicken dick. And,
funny shit. I don't even know if we need him to come up. He just crushed harder than he could ever
See what I'm
fucking
saying?
follow.
Can we get a couch to push up next to the couch?
Yeah, we just peaked with chicken dick right off the top.
Whereas Brian Farrell is going to be talking about, in quotations, black friends.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
hopefully racist.
I
Gonna
forgot.
get edgy.
Hopefully.
So that'll be fun. But Rick, you have a lot of experience. Yeah, you've been on the road with Andrew Dice Clay, right?
Yep. Did some touring with Dice. Did some touring with Pauly.
Wow.
Pretty much met every single B star on their way down to Z stardom. And, got to see the worst parts of America where they're still famous.
Is there anything about...
No, I mean, it's like Pauly Shore in L.A., people are like, ooh. But like Pauly Shore in Sharifsport, people are like, holy shit. I mean, top 3 most famous people list. Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Pauly Shore, obviously. And I think that has something to do with country music television's love of the hit Pauly Shore movie, Son-in-Law.
They do play that a lot.
They love it. And everywhere we went, people would tell Pauly, oh, man, you can come stay with me, Pauly. We'll do a whole Son-in-Law, too. And you could tell in Pauly's mind, he's like, maybe.
Some producer in Shreveport's going to make it all happen.
My ex-girlfriend has a I fucked Pauly Shore t-shirt and always bugged me. And her mom and dad has a Pauly Shore picture that when she met Pauly Shore on their nightstand.
See, that's beautiful.
Oh, my God.
That's what you want Pauly Shore by your bedside.
Who has that by their bedside?
My ex-girlfriend's family.
Yikes.
And you went over there and you saw it? Or
No,
they
she
told you
she
about
took
it?
a picture. She told me. I was like, no way. And she took a
She
picture.
took a
of it.
picture of the picture?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And she had a I fucked Pauly Shore t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
See, those were the worst nights where when Pauly didn't pick up pussy at the show, then it's fucking dredges. Then you're going to Hooters.
Oh.
And then if he doesn't get anything at Hooters, which, I mean, that's pretty fucking sad. But if he didn't, straight to the strip club. You hit up fucking the finest thing Columbia, South Carolina has to offer. And eventually he'll leave with someone.
There's a lot of comedians in the room that I'm sure would love to know what it's like going on the road with Andrew Dice Clay. And
Fuck yeah.
if any wild.
The key for I was lucky. I was in an era of Andrew Dice Clay where he was experimenting with sleep medication. So I got to experience Ambien Andrew Dice Clay, which at first I just thought, like, I was 23 years old at the time, and I was positive that, like, oh, this is so funny. Andrew Dice Clay calls me, and he pretends to be a black guy, and it's just hilarious, right? You're like, oh, that's funny. That's pretty cool. No. This dude was straight hallucinating in the middle of the night. He would call, my phone would ring at like 4 in the morning, and I'd be like, oh, it's Dice. And this would be if I was in town, if we were on the road, he just would call you. You'd answer, hey, motherfucker, this is Marvin. And you're like, oh, God. I just made it rain with my giant black dick. And, like, it's one of those things, like, his impression is so bad, he has to reference in hallucination how black he is so that you know the character is black. So I was convinced it was just him fucking around. And then we were in Miami, and we had to fly at like 5 in the morning or something like that. And Dice was still tripping fucking balls at the airport. He's yelling at the fucking security guy. At that point, he thought he was a drill instructor. And the guy obviously knows it's Dice, and he's just like, sir, did you have your luggage? And he's like, oh, where are you stationed at, soldier? And I was positive we're going to get arrested. Doesn't break the whole time. Dude was just fucking hallucinating.
Wow.
So for like 6 months, that was my life. Was like 3 times a week getting a phone call from Andrew Dice Clay.
What happened at the end of 6 months? He stopped taking Ambien?
Yeah, at that point, I think there was a situation where you'd like wake his kid up, and they would drive around while he was hallucinating and pick up garbage. He would like fill his Escalade with trash. And so then after that, he was like, this isn't safe. That was one of those eye-opening.
Wow.
You go out to your car, and it's filled with the entire neighborhood's garbage. And you're like, oh. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh, I don't necessarily think he's fucking around now. Now I think he's hallucinating. So yeah, that was that. I got to meet O.J. Simpson.
With Dice?
With Dice. Because Dice wouldn't meet O.J., second fiddle. O.J. wanted to meet someone, God damn it.
What did OJ smell like? Did he have a smell? Because that's one thing I've always wondered with OJ.
He was sweaty, and he was giant, and his hands were enormous. He put his arm around me, and I literally thought I was going to be crushed to death.
Oh.
He had like a 27-year-old blonde girl with him, just ready to die, didn't care.
Wow.
He kept, take pictures. He made her take like 8 pictures of us at the bar.
He would shout at them like that?
Screaming at her, what are you doing? Take pictures. And I told OJ about how much I love the Naked Gun. You should have seen the fucking smile on this guy's face. Oh, man, no one ever tells me that. Yeah, there's a fucking reason, OJ.
Wow.
You're a fucking legendary football player and you murder people. So that comes up first before the Naked Gun.
When was the time frame that you met him? Was that before? After he got away with it, or before?
Oh, yeah, this is after that. This is...
Wow.
I mean, he got away with it in 94. I was 12.
Yeah, I guess so.
Although it would have made more sense to be on a Dice Clay tour then.
All right.
Was this during his selling black market satellite service? Did you remember those days?
I know he was in Florida because they wouldn't take his money there, I think. So he was stuck in Miami. And, he just loved Dice, loved everything. He remembered all my jokes that I told, which was really creepy because then you're like, oh, OJ's the annoying fan. Oh, you know what I liked? And you're like, oh, God, shut the fuck up, OJ. But you can't tell OJ that because he'll fucking kill you.
Of course.
Yeah. I met Mitch Hedberg like 5 minutes later. And then I gave Mitch Hedberg back a bag of pills that I found in the hotel room.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. And then he was dead like 6 months later. Oh. But not because of those vitamins
I thought you were going to say 6 minutes
that I
later.
returned to him. No, it's just I got to the hotel, and we were staying at the Four Seasons in Coconut Grove or whatever, and the Improv just owns the 2 suites that they have. So it was like the comics that were there the week before were staying in the same suite, and I checked in, and we got to my room. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And then I opened up the drawer where like the shitty Bible's supposed to be, and there was no Bible. It was just a bag of pills, unmarked. And I was like, double dare. Wow. You know, you got to fucking risk. Do you take them? Do you not? I was trying to figure out what they were. No. And then when I met Mitch Hedberg, he was like, hey, you didn't find like a bag of like pills in the room. I was like, yes, I did.
Oh.
He came back and got him the next day. And yeah, he's dead.
That was about 6 months later. He was dead.
It
You
wasn't
could have
an
saved him
immediate
right
death.
there. Why didn't you?
Listen, I'm not going to deprive a man of what he needs when he's in Miami.
Did you
that's
ever
a
get to see
sin.
Mitch Hedberg live?
No.
Were you a fan of his work?
I was a fan, I guess, the first time I saw him do it. The amount of Mitch Hedberg fucking knockoffs that I've seen since Mitch Hedberg has made me not a Mitch Hedberg fan. But, yeah, I don't know. He's all right. I'm not really into the fucking one-liner retard style. Do we got some of that on here? One-liner retard? Is that anyone?
It's all under a minute, so you're definitely about to be
perfect.
In
this
one-liner.
So this is like Twitter open mic, essentially.
Right, exactly. You guys ready to get it started, shall we?
Fuck. If people watch Vine videos, why wouldn't they watch this?
Exactly. It's a quicker, faster format of an open mic. And
short attention span comedy.
Hell yeah. Well, I mentioned this bit earlier, and I'm excited to see it. Put your hands together. Chicken dick, everybody. It's Skylar.
Yeah.
Skylar's talking about chicken dick.
Get that big chicken dick up here, Skylar.
All right. What's up, guys? What's up? So, as a black guy, I have this... I'm supposed to love chicken. I have this weird relationship with it. I can't eat chicken with bones. I don't like sunny side eye eggs. It's like they're staring at me. So, I went to my therapist and I figured out that I was molested by a rooster. I was literally forced to suck cock. But, don't worry about it. I still love pussy, and I shouldn't have went into that Catholic church's chicken. And so, I still love the pussy, and it's great. And, you guys realize I'm talking about my cat, right?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Shit.
And that's the dismount.
Hey,
right? There you go. How about that? Skylar,
Huh. I mean,
do you think we should keep the people up there for their
Yeah,
for the second part,
definitely,
right? Okay,
definitely.
Skylar, get
I
back
think that
up
would
there.
only be fair. Otherwise, we're talking behind their back.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
We got to see tears.
The first thing I would say is I felt like it was similar to the dice hallucinations. You had to open with "I'm a black guy" just so we know that you're doing a
Right.
black guy.
It was very Marvin of you.
Yeah, and it almost sounded like it was Tony Gwynn style too.
Right.
It was like, "Well, I'm a black guy." And it was like, listen, you have to see it. If you were listening to this podcast, you would be like, "That's racist." Pretend that that's a black guy.
Right.
So yeah, inflection is maybe something I would work on. But
I'm a black guy, so,
well, no, that was like a white guy doing a black guy.
Or Travolta.
Yeah. You know.
Yo, what up, everybody?
Shit, yeah. Well, I mean,
I think I'll get more work if I do Travolta.
almost ironic. Well, that was a Travolta?
Yeah. That's
All right,
what
see?
he's doing. He's doing a black Travolta.
If you only got
It's so
1
weird.
minute, you should have just opened with Black Travolta.
Yep, there you go. And
Yep.
that's this part of the show. It's called Tag It or Faggot.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Faggot with a PH.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go. You got your tag. You're the new Black Travolta. You can open up with
Not
that
bad.
next time. There you go. Skylar,
Lucky
everybody.
son of a bitch. Look out, bathhouses in WeHo. There's some new black cock coming to town.
Even Skylar is the whitest name ever.
Of all
right?
time.
I've never
Yeah.
met a black Skylar before.
He was doing animal word plays and shit.
Chicken dick, Catholic Church's chicken, I heard
Boom.
in there. Yep.
Yep.
I
That was
thought-
fun.
Thought about those things at one point. You just want to pick a random one off the list?
Oh shit! So they all have to be in here. That's how it works.
I'll
I'll
go down the list and then you can pick randoms as we go on. You could pick it from the
Fuck yeah! I think. I mean, you're gonna follow Chicken Dick. You got to follow it hardcore with something like Yao Ming's Tough Childhood. Jerron Horton.
Yeah, Gerard Horton.
What's up? Thank y'all for having me. Being tall is stressful, y'all. It is. Because short people always tell me what they would do if they had my body, you know? hey, man, if I had your height, I'd be in the NBA right now. I'm like, nah, man, you just be a tall college dropout. You know? That's like me going up to a guy in the gym, locker room, hey, man, with a dick like that, I'd be doing porn right now. You know? A lot of people ask me, they're like, Jerron, what is it like being tall? And I just tell them, being tall is like being an Asian kid in high school. Just a lot of pressure to be great. You know? That joke is called Yao Ming probably had a tough childhood. All right, and that's it.
Very
Fuck yeah.
good. It's
I like
a
it.
good. It's a good joke.
Yeah.
It was.
One golden rule: you can always make fun of Asian people. So well played there.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it right off the bat.
Now you're in a locker room a lot where you're naked around guys that would
Yeah,
say.
Let's talk more
at the
about the
20
dick watching.
Yeah.
At 24-hour fitness, man. That's all there's there to do is.
No, I don't.
That's all
Wait,
that's to do.
is that
Have you ever
projecting?
checked out the weight room
All
before?
There are a few issues with his rebuttal
Right.
that I have.
I have more beef with the rebuttal than I do the joke at this
Listen,
point.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys do at the gym. I go in and just look at dick.
I don't even go in the
Think
locker room.
about
It's good for your triceps, your biceps. I work everything out right there with my dick watching.
But as a comedian, you know, when you sat there and you saw the dick that inspired this bit,
Yes.
you had to be like, hey, you know what? I can write this whole day off for taxes now because that's going to be part of my show. So dick watching on the taxes minus $20. Keep that on the 1080 next time. Yeah, all right. Wow.
Yeah, that was great, man. I love it.
I don't know if you guys know. Right off the bat, you started, Tony. You broke the color barrier. Comic number one, the Jackie Robinson of the show.
Definitely chicken dick, Skylar.
Chicken dick. And then, he probably, again, he was the Tony Gwynn. So this was probably the Jackie Robinson.
Right.
We'll count
Also-
Jerron as the first black comic on the...
He's so excited about that. You could totally tell he's been called light-skinned his whole life.
Yeah. That was a good way to
Why do they call it
really
light-skinned?
urbanize Jerron.
Yeah, Gerard, come back up. Question: why is there two D's in the word light-skinned?
Light-skinned, because light-skinned. I don't know. Light-skinned. Black people, we just got bad grammar, I guess.
Fuck. Amen.
Oh.
Actually,
That's the,
yeah.
that's all it sums up to is bad
They gotta
grammar.
call this just honesty.
Holy shit,
In
that
the belly
was
room.
hilarious.
Oh man.
He was like, you know what? There's not even a joke to add to that. It's just bad grammar.
This is bad grammar.
Oh, but you should take that one and run with it, man. I can't do that joke about black people having bad grammar. I think that's your tag it.
Sometimes I can't
I think you
either,
made
though.
it through the faggot phase and you went
Yeah.
straight to tag it.
No
Thank you.
homo.
No
Am I
homo.
gonna
Exactly.
get fined
No
now?
homo.
Definitely. That's
Find me,
That's
NBA
the big
style.
hashtag with this.
All right.
No,
I'm the Greg Hibbert of the fucking Tony podcast. I say no homo and I don't care.
All right, thank you, Jerron. That
All
was
right.
so
Hell
good.
yeah.
Thank you.
That was not. And what a great representation. You got him to answer for all black people on grammar
That was
question.
amazing. I mean, that's a really. I hope that gets like quoted in Wikipedia or something one day. That
Absolutely.
that was the explanation from Jerron Horton. Well, there's been so much talk of blacks and whites and
Hold on.
Asians.
Tony, the way you said blacks, like you really seemed like you emphasized hatred at the beginning of the beat.
Well, that was blacks with a capital L.
Oh, okay.
Blacks. But up next,
Be-lax.
going down the list with the joke about that's just called racist.
Oh.
Everybody,
an oldie but a goodie.
put your hands together for Rich Slayton.
Oh, that's a racist name. Rich Slate.
Oh, he looks racist.
Fuck yeah. I'm buying it already.
Very much so.
I got called racist for the first time. That's a white nightmare. Because there's no good response to being called racist. I can't say yes, and I can't say I'm not racist, because that's the internationally agreed upon verbal signal for I am definitely racist. Right? A close second when a white guy wants to use the N-word. No, it's okay, bro. I have black friends. No, you don't. You know a black guy, and he thinks you're racist. That's what you get. Awful cracker. White people want to say the N-word now. It's weird. They want to say it like in a fun way. There's only one time where a white guy can get away with any version of that word. And that's if it's in art. If it's in a play or a movie or a character, if it's in a song, sing that song as the artist intended. Don't change an artist's lyrics because you're uncomfortable with that word. Only in a rap song, by the way, not in a country song. You don't want to do that. I really wish my dick was bigger so I could look just like it. Don't finish that lyric. That's bad news. And that's it, guys. My name's Rich. Thanks for that.
Rich Slate.
Oh.
The Grand Wizard of Comedy.
That's definitely. It felt like it had to do with race.
It was race based.
That was a topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good talk, guys.
Yeah,
it was,
I think it could really, crush all throughout the South. You could do a full tour of the former Confederate states.
I got the haircut for it. So.
Yeah, maybe get one of the two black guys who opened for you to go with you and objectify him in some way.
Soften the crowd a bit first.
Yeah. And then Cracker, I mean, that was pretty offensive, right?
That was the part that really stood out to
Yeah,
me.
me too.
It was a very hard cracker. Like you said it, you landed on it.
A lot of hate.
I threw the really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with an A, maybe Cracker,
That's fair.
Right.
for future referencing.
Totally.
Well, guys, that's
Yeah.
insightful.
Killer
Thank you.
stuff, though. Oh, also, didn't he have great comedy cadence?
He was really pushing. He had
comfortable.
It was like
he had-
80s style.
He
You
had the
knew it was
Eliza
coming.
Schlesinger hand going like that.
And you
was
build it
very-
up.
Right.
Yeah, it was good.
And you have the beard that every casting agent in Hollywood loves
Yep.
right now
Totally
for
need it.
everything. You could be in every beer commercial.
This is the look's called Organ Chic.
Portland, guys.
Yeah, that's right. Portland, Eugene, wherever.
And have you ever cut down a tree before?
No, but I want to.
Do you have a commercial agent?
None.
Well, if there's any commercial
Please.
agents listening right now, Rich Slayton would play a great white guy on
Anything white.
There
Really
you go.
good at it.
All right,
You
Rich.
know what? You know what you're good at, and I
Yeah.
do appreciate that about you. Rich Slayton.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Rich.
I'm gonna give that one a faggot with a
Yeah, I'm a
PH.
faggot.
Yeah.
Huge faggot.
Definitely a faggot.
Was that what watching baseball was like when they still had the Negro leagues? And so, like, you'd go watch, and it was just like 4 or 5 really skinny white guys kind of playing, not that excited. All right. Am I choosing now?
Yep.
I see something here about fat people who wear fatness shirts, and I think we haven't had the fats represented yet. So, Jeff Schwind.
Hell yeah, Jeff Schwind. Here he comes.
He doesn't even look fat.
He doesn't look fat at all.
It's fitness, by the way. I find it ironic when fat people wear T-shirts promoting fitness. The other day I saw a guy wearing a Nike shirt that said, "There is no finish line." And so I just came to the assumption he wears that to the Golden Corral. Crickets.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Is that the whole? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Is Golden Corral a sponsor? Is there anything we can take from this?
they were a sponsor before that just
That
happened.
fucking. They said no chocolate fountain after that.
We had one
anybody.
fucking sponsor. Golden Corral was nice enough, and they just texted. That's why Red Band's going to figure it all out right now. He's talking. He's
You know
talking
what?
with the
We're
Kind of-
screwed, guys. We're screwed.
What kind of insults me in a way is he didn't even
we been
try
canceled?
and use up his minute.
No.
Right, I know. It's definitely that was definitely like a easy
Queef.
but
That was a
like,
queef.
Yeah, totally. You want to do
Ooh.
another 20 seconds or something?
I think he's got like 58.
Was that? If that was the opener, what would you close with? Do the closer.
Keep it short.
I don't know if I have a closer. Not under a minute.
What would you have done had you gotten the 3 minutes downstairs?
Couple of road rage jokes. I'm from the Midwest. We don't really have road rage there.
So like what?
All right, you set it up, so keep
There
the
you
joke
go.
going. He just does the whole
like he
setup, and he's like, "But I won't do the joke."
Knock knock. Who's there? I gotta go.
Road rage, that Ohio sniper that killed like 23 people like 10 years ago. Remember
Was that
guy?
Ohio or was
Yeah.
that Washington?
I thought it was
That was
DC.
Ohio.
Yeah, I thought
It
so
was
too.
Ohio.
Really?
Ohio had their own sniper.
No, it was the same guy. He traveled.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Interstate. You know,
He also was in Arizona.
Interstate 80.
taxpayer dollars, man. Fucking Obama.
All right, let's hear a middler. A
Yeah.
middler,
What's a middler?
like in between an opener and a closer.
It's a joke. Bette
Oh, I
Midler.
thought you knew like he had a Bette Midler joke.
Yeah, that's
I was like, fuck, do the Midler.
Do the big Midler closer.
I thought he was gonna do a whole song and dance.
Cause
No.
there's no business. I don't
Yeah,
even
my
know what
guitar,
she does.
Jesus,
She's like
was-
one of those.
that was like
musical
Eliza
people.
Minnelli kind of.
I get them all confused, man. They're all just fucking famous.
They're all
chicks.
unfuckable trolls. Is what
chicks
you wanted
that I
to
don't
say.
know why they're famous. Bette Midler, Liza Minnelli. It's all like the same thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Not
boner
into
killing.
plays.
Boner killing.
Every
Right.
time I go to Avon's, there's no makeup.
I don't.
Oh, Bette Midler did do jokes, didn't she?
Yeah, like Avon jokes.
Ugh.
Lucky girl.
Do you have any Avon jokes?
I don't.
Have you ever
fresh
been?
out.
Have you ever been more uncomfortable on a stage before?
No, this is only my 4th time, so.
Oh wow!
All right, 4 times. I mean, what? Let's talk about what got you there.
Hell yeah!
What was the moment where you said, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing"?
This is why I'm moving to LA. This
What
is
was
I'm
the
doing.
break? So you didn't start until you came to LA,
No, I did a couple of shows in Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Fuck, Little Hollywood.
Yeah. you know it. Snickers nightclub. What?
Big time shit out there, right?
What part of Indiana?
Fort Wayne.
Whoa, whoa!
Wow, that's it.
Metropolis.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. What do they have a club there? Is there like a chuckle bin or something?
They have a Snickers.
Snickers? Get the
Oh
fuck
my
out of
God,
here. You gotta get down to Snickers in Fort Wayne. Next
Wow.
week, hanging with Mr. Cooper's gonna be there.
He was actually on the lineup here last night.
Fuck yeah, see? That's the kind of big time names
Oh
we
my
get
God.
around here.
Mark Curry. I think
Wow.
that's his name.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Do you have a connection? Can you hook up the fucking
Yeah.
podcast with
Like-
maybe a week at Snickers?
Hayward Banks,
Oh, we
maybe.
get Snickers. Can we do like a month at Snickers? You think?
Yeah, get us July through September.
Fuck yeah. So, what did you even talk about? All I remember is Coral.
He was in something. Listen, I think you got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Don't cry.
that's
I'll
it.
sit down now.
You definitely get the faggot. Congratulations.
Ellen was faggot with a PH and a couple Fs.
A couple of
The PF was at the end and it was silent. And there was a hard capital F at the front. Faggot. That was the sound of the queef after you say faggot. Faggot.
That's hilarious.
Disturbing.
Up next is Matt Devlin, whose joke is won't be doing any 9/11 jokes.
Perfect.
Everybody. I know Matt Devlin. This is a funny guy, actually.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. Excellent.
I wrote that joke in Fort Wayne.
Yes.
On,
Call back.
There you go.
On
The
nine-
big
yeah, you see that? Professionalism. How much time we got? It's a joke. It's a joke, but it's a segue, and it's a segue into a segue when you're in places like Indiana and you need to let the crowd know that it's about to get fucking horrible. And half the time you break it even, so fuck them, right? And the joke is, I won't be making any. Relax. I know what you're thinking. Don't worry about it. I won't be making any 9/11 jokes tonight, mainly because all the good ones are already taken, and they don't translate into English very well.
Was that the
It's,
you take it from there
sort of
yourself?
paves the way for
Nice,
you know
okay.
like genocide and
Fuck yeah.
terrorism and abortion and you know the good stuff.
The good fuck yeah.
So
That's a hilarious joke.
I know I think I'm down to 8 seconds, so I'm not gonna step on it.
Was that last part of it?
What?
All right, forget it.
He just fucking cummed on my shoe, Tony. He
Golden
came all over
Corral.
my shoe.
It happens. I'm sorry.
There was a lot of
When I
man
hear-
boners for that one. I
You
think.
like that joke? Yeah, I mean, you were like really amazed by it.
You should have
I
seen
did-
it in
I didn't
Marco
actually-
Island, Florida. It was I went down a treat at Marco Island. You ever been to Marco Island? Check that place out.
God, he does promotions for vacation
I love
destinations.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
fucking-
I want to
it's
check that
Marco
place out
Island.
right now.
Can you imagine if there was an actual commercial and just this flashed
It's
up
old-
there and he's
it's
like, "Go
old
to
white
Florida,
people.
trust
Old-
me."
Old white people in golf carts
Fuck yeah. You have a Boston accent. Are you from the New England area?
No.
Not at all?
Yeah, I grew up in Pembroke, Massachusetts.
How far is that from Worcester?
It depends on who's driving. My sister will get you there in about 40 minutes.
And you?
To the Commoner, it's about an hour and 10.
Oh, so your sister, she can fucking fly.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Well, if I ever go to Worcester, I'm going to have you call your sister for me.
You say it right. That's a good start.
I knew a guy from Worcester. He thought it was the coolest city on earth. Like, bragged about it like it was fucking great.
It's a shithole.
Exactly. I mean, there's no way Worcester, Mass is fucking awesome.
Right.
But he would always say, bro, fuck, where are you going? You're like, yeah, I'm going down to Miami. Fuck Miami, bro. You want to fucking go to a city that can party, go to Worcester, Massachusetts.
Yeah. What I've learned
What?
is everybody's favorite place is just where their favorite dive bars are, where they've had the best experience.
Yeah.
It really sucks when you get out on the road, because then all of a sudden you have to take the advice of people that, you just met. Like, and yeah, I've been like a little bit more than 5 years now, and we just really had a great one pulled on us a couple weeks ago. We were in...
Am I finished?
Holy
Jesus
shit, man.
Christ, man.
Fuck. Calm down, bro. I think we should let him go, man.
Yeah,
this dude is going to fucking kill us.
I love it.
That was great.
You have
Fantastic attitude.
My old lady's going out of town for a week. I gotta go tend to something.
Fuck yeah. Well, definitely
Dude,
not
go-
faggot then.
Yeah,
There he
not
goes.
faggot. Go tear that pussy.
Matt Devlin, everybody.
Honestly, if anyone leaves the room and the rest of us end up dead from a bomb explosion, look into that guy.
Yeah.
He's great, right? Charisma.
yeah.
But we were in
Charisma.
we were in
So
Sacramento.
they said about the Unabomber.
We were in Sacramento, and after one of the shows, we asked everybody, like, hey, where's a cool place to hang out after this? And
They're like, not Sacramento.
We took the advice of a couple guys that are like real fans.
They had
They're
Death
like,
Squad
these-
shirts on,
yeah,
I think. Even.
Yeah, and they were like talking to us about things we've talked about. Anyway, so we really took their advice. We're like, all right, we had 20 bars recommended to us. We're gonna go to this bar, and it was a gay bar.
It was called the living room, which
And
happens to be the other part that had.
It's called the living room, and we ended up driving by it, and it's actually just somebody's house. It's literally their living room. And
Yeah.
if you go there, they serve you drinks and basically try to fuck you, from what we understand on
Try.
the
It's
Yelp
a-
reviews.
It was a
From
gay
what you
swingers
understand
house.
and didn't experience.
And then we realized it was a gay bar, and then we went to that place that had all the meth heads. It was like something right out
Much
of Breaking
better.
Bad. It was really crazy. Meth heads and a pool
Hand
table,
jobs
though.
or blow jobs. That's the only difference.
It was Sacramento.
Yeah.
So
wow.
here we go.
I'm still lost in that last guy's eyes. He has very charming eyes.
He had the kind of eyes that could kidnap Elizabeth Smart. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He had
Like,
like,
you're just like, yeah, this guy might be a god.
Yeah.
he had strategically messy hair. That's always funny when people mess up their hair, but like you could tell that they looked in the mirror to do it for
You
over
gotta
a long
fucking
period
spice
of time.
it.
I feel like if I talk to him long enough, I'll remember being molested in a garage.
That's a nice feeling.
You
So,
almost
he
had
reminds you of home.
flashbacks.
Beautiful.
Fuck yeah, let's keep it moving.
Listen, I'm looking at this list, and I know right now if there's one thing I want to see, it's a white guy doing an impression of a black guy. So let's go Taylor Dean, drunken Obama.
Oh my God, absolutely.
No, I know I look like Mitt Romney's biggest fan, but no, I really do like Obama. I think he's fantastic. I like him especially at the White House Correspondents' Dinners. It's just really great to see him loosen up because he's always so dignified, and he's still dignified at those dinners. But I think you never see him drinking on camera, but I think he drinks before the show, like has a couple openers, and then just goes up and he's really poised while he's doing it. But I like when he's up there, and I like how he makes fun of himself, just like, America. See, according to Fox News, when it comes to the redistribution of wealth, America is like a giant cookie jar. Yeah, and if you see, it's a metaphor. If you give a mouse a cookie, oh, he's going to want another one. He's going to tell his friends. Soon, the number of cookies in a jar runs thin. This is a problem that afflicts America today. This is going nowhere, so that was fun, I guess. I sent it to Saturday Night Live, but they haven't called me back.
Hold on a second.
Wait a second.
You cannot name drop things that you fail at. That is part of bragging. You can't just say, "Oh, I put that on this thing that is going to be tremendously unsuccessful for my career." Just in case any of you ever get to see some sort of a reel called "Things That Never Get You Booked." All right, so there was no punchline to that. You thought you would flow into.
Yeah, what do you normally do when it's not just a minute? You just keep doing a speech? Like, do you have one memorized or?
Is this like a Shay Matosh type of thing where you're hoping that eventually the impression... She was a comic that used to perform here. And
she had blonde hair, too.
She did impressions. And one thing I noticed from watching her was her impressions would go on long enough that eventually the crowd would start the, "Yeah, we get it," clap. So is that like how the punchline usually where you just keep doing the impression and eventually the crowd's like, "Okay, please, you don't have to give us a punchline."
No, I like to do it until it gets to a point where it's just gotten bad.
Okay.
And then I'll try to make fun of it as a punchline, kind of like what I did.
So instead of doing good comedy, you just keep it bad and come up with quips to talk about how bad it is. All right, successful game plan.
It's a really good approach.
As opposed to having it to fall back on and being able to come up with just write it bad and specialize on the making fun of it.
Yeah,
I think the impression, the actual inflection is good. It's just I'm not black.
Okay, listen, that's your problem, not my problem. I can't make you... Is that what we should have suggested? I would be black if I were you.
You're definitely not black.
Yeah. But the Obama, is that the big impression you do? The Obama, that's your good one? You don't have like a...
I like Obama. I like Jim Carrey.
Do you do a zany Jim Carrey impression?
Oh, I love Jim Carrey.
Do you do the Jim Carrey that does good impressions, Jim Carrey?
Oh, yeah.
Can you do good impressions as long as you're doing an impression of Jim
Well,
Carrey?
maybe you should always go through them. Like it's a warp tunnel, man.
I just...
Yeah.
I love his expressions. Like have you seen his Unnatural act?
He's a Canadian, so no.
Rick hates Canadians. If you haven't gotten
Listen,
that
it's not
throughout the
hatred.
debate.
It's just utter disdain for a group of people
I don't know how there's a
who
difference
want to
there,
be
but-
us so badly.
Are you Canadian, Taylor?
I think hate is a shorter word. It's a more concise version of utter disdain or something longer that you can think of.
Trust me,
No,
I
I'm
save
not.
my hate
No.
for individuals,
No.
not groups of people.
Yeah, okay. No,
So,
well,
Taylor,
Jim Carrey is Canadian.
When you were tucking in your shirt earlier.
Yeah, when you were putting together the Honda blue shirt team outfit, and you were gonna get us all a great deal. This is the comedy. See, I feel like, because when I started doing comedy, I did it in Kansas City. And I was in college, and like when you start, you just don't know stuff. And people would give us the worst advice. And one of the things they would always say is like, "Oh, and you got to make sure you dress the part. Like you can't just go up in jeans and T-shirt and expect people to think you're a comedian." And I feel like this is kind of how I would have dressed. Like taking their advice, I'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna, you know what? Brunch with grandma. That's what I'm going for."
It's kind of backward. It's like someone who dressed to be successful,
right?
But didn't know how to dress to be successful. This is how I dress.
This is every day.
Play a lot of golf.
Every
Play
day.
a lot of golf.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm your average comic. Plays a lot of golf. Like so.
He's got Kato Kalin hair. Just look at him. Let's get some wind on him.
Who's Kato Kalin?
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
How old am I?
How dare you?
Kato Kalin.
What are you gonna do next? Burn an American flag?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm up here telling OJ stories, and this guy doesn't even know who Kato Kalin is? Wrong crowd. Wrong crowd.
All right, so.
All right. Well, Taylor Dean.
So who is he?
He was a You'll figure it. Google that shit, man.
Yeah. There he goes, Taylor Dean.
Taylor
everybody.
Dean.
He's about to go pick up a shift at Best Buy right now.
Straight to the electronics department, where he'll be entertaining Charles Fleischer for 2 hours.
Wow.
That was my uniform when I was an assistant manager of a General Cinema movie theater in Columbus, Ohio.
That's the fucking look.
Yeah.
Authority.
Did you like that job?
Oh, I wanted to kill myself every single day.
Were you like the projectionist guy, or like what was your
No, I was an
thing?
assistant manager, but I was also a projectionist
Name
for a long
drop.
period of time. Yeah. No, you should throw that outfit away.
Wait. Get rid of the joke in the outfit. No, what is that? Your guitar?
Why are you leaning?
Why do you have a
against the
fucking guitar?
Please tell me you're leaning up against somebody else's guitar. Right?
That would be even better. I think it's his. And
I think it is. It is my guitar. Wow.
you had an opportunity to really fucking impress us with 1 minute of a zany song about you and your frat brothers or something, and you chose to do that Obama bit that went nowhere. All right. Only suggestion for Taylor, I would say, write punchlines.
Right. Right.
Focus on punchline writing.
Or sentences.
Yeah, even full sentences. And if you're serious about SNL, maybe impressions of people of the same race that they might have you play on Saturday Night Live.
They're really not in like hurtful need of a good Obama.
Do you do a
impression
killer Oprah by
Right.
any chance? Because there's a character they'll also never let you play that you could work on. All right. We've been mean enough. Taylor D.
Unless he just did all black people that he would never be able to do.
In blackface.
In blackface.
That could be your whole thing, Taylor. Is,
Yeah,
you
don't
could go up in
focus on
blackface.
being funny. Focus on the straight racism.
Yes.
We'll hook him up with Rich Slayton. We're gonna have Rich Slayton teach you a thing or two about moonshine, and we'll bring you back.
He's
a
going to
whole
be
new
the
man.
unknown comic of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's it.
Just wears a hood on stage.
Little do we know there's a banjo on that guitar case.
Right. World's biggest banjo. Oh my God.
Oh.
There's nothing you could do other than put on a white hood that would make you more racist.
Yeah.
Your fucking shirt's tucked in, dude. Either you're racist or you have
Yeah.
a guitar case full of Bible booklets right now.
He kind of looks like Zach Morris from when they worked at the Malibu Sands Beach Resort. And and he's like, he just got back from fucking Stacy Carosi, and he's got that fucking hair flip. Like, let's win this volleyball tournament.
What happened?
You know what I like about it's important when you're a comedian to understand things and to be able to reference things. You go the opposite direction, which is an interesting decision. I'd rather just not know anything about society. All right, keep up the great work.
How old are you, Taylor? What?
24.
Oh. God, I thought he said 44.
Yeah, I think too. It's about
I was like,
scary.
He was educated at home by the ShamWow guy, though, so you can't expect the highest level of education.
Oh my God.
That's the Ivy League of infomercial education, guys.
We did fat people who wear fat shirts, right?
Yeah, fitness shirts. But yeah,
Yes,
we did do
it's
that one.
fitness shirts. Okay. All right. Should we do Little Brother Goes to the Hospital with
Obviously.
Frank Castillo?
Yep.
Here
Get
he
up
is.
here. Mr. Castillo.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I have a little brother and a little sister. I'm not saying I like one more than the other. It's just that if there's ever a fire, I know which one I'm picking up. That doesn't make me an asshole. That just makes me efficient. My little brother went to the hospital today because he had 3 pieces of peas and a few pieces of rice stuck up his nose. I wasn't mad. I was actually really impressed. That's 2 away from my best record. This is the kid you're going to hear about who gets his dick caught in something, and I'm going to be that little that brother that gets that phone call at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And be like, hey, listen, I got my dick stuck in the vacuum again. Don't worry, I got you covered. Just remember, turn it off and twist and pull. That's what got me out of it. All right, thank you.
All right.
Fuck yeah. Frank Castillo. You're Mexican?
Yes. Yes.
And you only have one brother and one sister?
Yeah, you
No,
know what?
well,
Unbelievable. That's not a believable joke. I didn't even think about that.
divorced parents, so actually I got 3 siblings in total.
Oh, but because
Yeah.
of the divorce, you don't count them as real
No, I
siblings.
don't. No, they're only half.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, how many vacuums are there to get your dick stuck in a typical Mexican household?
Just about 3, and one's at least a Hoover.
There you go.
Fuck. I
Name
feel like
dropper.
that was aimed at white people.
Yeah.
Hoover's such a strong white name.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a Target brand.
Is it?
Yeah.
Guys, there's going to be a lot of potential for all sorts of sponsorship on this
Right.
Yeah.
podcast from what I've seen so far. A lot of good references.
Hoover,
Or at least
Target, Golden Corral is already dropped us, but we got to get new ones.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Do you know, or are you related to a Mexican named Houston Castillo?
No. Castillo's a popular Mexican last name, apparently.
How about Louis Castillo?
No, not Louis Castillo.
How about Albert?
No, not Albert.
All right.
Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, yes.
What, all right.
He's obviously his primo. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Right.
This made me go.
Well, I got confused. I honestly, I daydreamed at one point during that.
Yeah.
And at one point you were talking about the brother and the sister, and then all of a sudden you were on peas, and
it
I'm like,
seemed
oh
kind
shit,
of-
I missed something important, but I don't think I did.
I think the problem was it was repetitive in its format. So it started out with peas and rice up the nose, and then it's funny because you've already done it.
Yes.
And then when you do the second bit about getting your dick stuck in a machine, it's the same twist. Once again, you have already done that before.
Okay.
So you got to get rid of the
And-
first setup
yes.
punchline. Otherwise, it's not a misdirection.
And I would
okay.
change peas to beans to make it more realistic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
hit him with like yeah, throw a few beans up there.
So
Yeah, but it's got to be like, yeah, he stuck peas and rice up his nose.
beans.
That's
Beans and rice.
beans and rice up his nose,
Okay.
and that's so stupid. I would never do something that dumb.
Right.
And you go, this is the type of kid who's going to get his dick stuck in a vending machine. Trust me, I would know. See, at that point, you're not stupid anymore.
Oh, okay.
there you go.
Yep.
Louis
All right.
Castillo. That's a
Thank
tag
you
it.
very
There you
much.
go.
Thank
Tag
you
it.
very much, guys.
No faggot on that one.
He got it.
L faggot.
It's a whole new bit.
Los faggot.
We changed every thing that was in that bit.
I'm like, here's what we do.
We're changing.
I used to have a bit about it's completely different. Just take this one. I don't do my act anymore. And to be honest, if we've learned anything from Carlos Mencia, it's that a Spanish accent's going to make this a lot funnier.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Awesome. The random pick from Rick Ingram.
Yeah, when he said peas, I was really turned off by the idea of somebody eating peas and rice.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gross.
fucking weird.
He does that.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
And peas smell terrible, so how would they ever go up your nose?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, it'd be more likely if he was like, yeah, my brother was letting someone pee in his nose.
Right.
I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. That would have been weird. That would have been a big twist.
See, for a second, I looked down. I thought that said Kenny Loggins, but it says Kenny Lyon Faux Restaurants. I think that's where
I'm
we're going to go.
excited about this. I
Faux Restaurants.
I like a good bowl of pho.
Yeah, you fucking Ken Griffey Jr. that shit. Turn the hat backwards.
Folks, y'all know about these faux Vietnamese restaurants? Pho? I like them. I was walking last week. I saw one with a unique name by the name of Pho-tastic. Next day, I saw another faux restaurant by the name Pho-bulous. I was kicking it in Compton because I was going to get some weed. Saw a faux restaurant that just opened by the name of Faux Real? It's one in Crenshaw, everyone. Excuse me. By the name of Faux Show. It's one opening in Hollywood by the name of Faux Life. All right, motherfuckers, y'all don't like it? Shit. I don't give a
Wow.
fuck.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping for like 20 or
There was-
30 more.
There was already a lot of tags, but the only one he missed was
Twitter.
Faux.
You're lying. Twitter.
I think you should forget about 5 of those tags.
Yeah. He might even be a faux get.
Yeah.
Hard to say. A dick-sucking faux
I love
get.
that when you get into why you were going to Crenshaw, it has to be because that's where you buy your weed.
Yeah,
That's racist.
Like,
Very
you
racist.
know that you can just get a medical card now. You don't have to.
Right.
I mean, that's a long, dangerous trip.
But he buys his weed in 1996.
Oh.
Everybody knows that.
That's the good shit.
What's your race, by the way? Guatemalan.
Oh,
Fuck. Mexico's Mexico. It's a Dave Taylor classic. I can't act like that's mine. That is a DT classic.
But for ladies, you know, it's still a mystery. I know you guys were a little confused, but for ladies, I could be whatever you want me to be. I could be whatever you want me to be.
What the fuck
Wow,
is this guy
he's
doing
just-
right now?
I'm pretty sure he just
was like,
gave
"You
a
know
plug
what?"
for his penis.
Yeah, it was like, you know what? This didn't go over well, but I'm still gonna try and get some pussy. So while I'm in the spotlight,
Oh my God, he's doing the. I guess that's an international.
it doesn't matter. Border to border, that
Hey.
one is eating pussy.
Let's get him away from us, man. He's creeping me out now.
There you go, everybody. Kenny Lyon.
Kenny Lyon. Do you know how much better that would have been if that was Kenny Loggins?
I can't believe that's what Kenny Lyon looks like.
Me neither. Not what I was expecting. We should rename that dude Kenny Lyon.
Yeah.
He could be Kenny Lyon.
Lion-o.
Travis Travers.
What's a whiter name? Kenny Lyon, Taylor Dean, or Skylar from earlier? Remember the?
I like that
black guy.
Skylar's just one name, like Sinbad. Skylar.
Oh, all right, so our next lovely contestant will be Mike Stanley with Quit Drinking. Here he is.
Very unique
Oh,
name.
he's got a comedian hat on. This guy's got
Very
a comedian
unique
hat.
name. Mike Stanley.
How's it going, everybody?
And the comedian jacket.
Yeah.
You guys ever?
East
Can I
Coast.
do it? Do it? Good. Are we
Go.
good? Okay. Good. You guys ever get so drunk at the end of the night, you think you're looking at a menu in a Denny's, but it turns out you're sitting on your toilet looking at a picture of a sandwich on Instagram, calling your girlfriend waitress for 20 minutes. Don't call your girlfriend waitress. That's mean. She's an actress. They hate that. I quit drinking, actually. It's been 2 years since I had a drop of alcohol. 2 years. Thank you. Ugly chicks are pissed. It's like, sorry, I'm not taking the potion that fixes your face anymore. That's the thing. When you quit drinking, you've got no scapegoat anymore. You've got nothing to blame anything on. No one's ever blamed a one-night stand on being drowsy. You know what I mean? Right? No one's ever had too much soup and thrown a trash can through the windshield of a squad car. Right? If I piss the bed now, I'm fucked. I've got no one to blame that on. Right? If I do it at a friend's house, that's even worse. What am I going to say? Oh, I left the window open. Wolves must have jumped in, pissed all over your comforter and just my crotch. They were very selective about the territory they were marking. Last time I got super drunk, I was hanging out with my high school buddies, and I was just like, wow, I cannot wait until you guys graduate. 3 more years. You guys hang in there. I'm Mike Stanley. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah, there you go.
That was misdirection.
That was so good. I think somebody should buy this guy a shot right now.
Fuck yeah. Take
So I
him
should
off.
start drinking right now to celebrate?
One, wolf urine, very strong smell.
Thanks. I don't know why I'm thanking you
So
for that.
comparison,
Like, yes,
just
thank
lets
you. I'm
us
aware.
know
Like
that
that's the
very
cologne I
odorous
invented.
urine for you. So congrats on
How
that.
long have you been doing comedy, Mike?
11 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And you agreed to do a 1-minute spot on a
I can't get
podcast
on
in the
any.
belly room?
Well, when you start somewhere else and then you come out here, your credits don't fucking transfer. You know what I mean? It's like you
first of
come
all,
from a shitty college.
You got to come from a place like Fort Wayne, Indiana,
I
where
know.
people
You know what's
have
fun?
respect.
I've played that room that he talked about.
You've been to
You've done
Snickers?
And they wouldn't
Snickers?
have me back. They wouldn't have me back.
So you're banned from Snickers
I
in
am.
Fort Wayne?
Yeah.
I mean, that should
I
get you
got
spots.
chopped from Snickers. This is what it looks like when you get chopped from
How
Snickers,
do you not
everybody.
get spots else? I would just go
He
into
still-
clubs and be like, look, I don't have a manager or agent, but they don't let me perform in Snickers in Fort Wayne.
What about Butterfingers?
And they're
We
like,
got-
oh, so
we
you got
10
material.
minutes minimum for
Yeah.
you right now.
What did you have to do to get to not be able to perform again at Snickers?
What they do there is I don't know if you've. Here's what happens. The guy who owns it also tries to do a talk show at the beginning of it, a cable access talk show.
Always successful.
Yeah. So he has people who write for him, just like the shittiest one-liners and stuff like that, and he films it and then puts it on public access. So he needs the comedians to be as clean as possible. And yeah, they booked me for a weekend. I worked there. I sold a bunch of stuff. I had a great weekend, and he was like, "You were great." And then I found out from the booker, they were like, "You're too blue for his TV show." So I didn't fit for the cable access show that he was filming, so they wouldn't have me back.
Whoa. Wow. Hold on. So you're telling me there's a Cracker or Snickers TV show?
No,
that
there's
we
a
can
there's a cracker who runs Snickers. Yeah, that's about right.
How is the Snickers TV show not taken off? They're giving fucking TV shows to that dude from SNL, and the owner of Snickers already has a format figured out that we all would love.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's
you have to be a guest on the show, or
Yeah,
does he interview local people?
No, you're just you're there to do the show as a comedian, like a normal weekend, like a Wednesday through
Right.
Saturday, and then he just takes parts of your act and puts it on his cable access.
Oh,
show.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking a nightmare.
Which is crazy that he couldn't find like 3 minutes of material out of my act because I was doing like 45, and like he couldn't just take 3 minutes from my act and put it in there. But
Jesus,
I don't know.
who is the guy that has performed at Snickers before?
He
left
scooted out of here. Yeah.
Well, he's probably crawling back to Snickers as we speak because he's done in the belly room.
Thank you so much.
Great format. I love this, by the way. This is
Thank
great.
you,
It's
Mike.
good to meet all
Hell
you
yeah,
guys.
we'll try and
Yeah.
get you a real spot
For
because
sure.
you seem professional.
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
yeah, Mike.
Thanks, man.
And
Good
you
to
wore
meet
the
you, Red
outfit
Band.
and
Right on,
everything.
man.
Fuck yeah.
That was awesome.
That's like a legitimate Philadelphia comedian outfit.
Yeah, I mean that is really the comedian getup.
So, are you going to have like a semifinal round? Are you picking like a winner, or are we picking, or are we just
no,
going
I
through
didn't
this
really
list?
think of that. I was just sort of thinking about.
I don't
flying
think there
through
are
it.
winners in
Yeah.
today's contest.
Yeah, but maybe we could get like the like 4 weeks of winners, and they have to like kiss each other or something on stage.
That wouldn't be bad. Maybe Elephant Walk, the top 3 from each week.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Dean would love that idea.
What do you think?
He's gonna murder us.
Chaz Lion.
Now I know what that outfit is. Never mind. I was gonna say that movie. Remember the American Psycho movie?
Let's just go down this lineup because extra work is the topic, and the name is really the joke. We're talking to Andrew Yanker.
Wow.
Get Mr. Yanker up here.
Here he is.
Oh, he's got a BJ Bales face. I
Oh
like
my
him
God,
already.
absolutely.
How you guys doing tonight? I moved to Hollywood to be an actor. Yeah, but currently my car is getting more work than I am, guys. They're like, I go to auditions.
Hi-oh!
I go to auditions and they're like, oh, Red Jetta, you can come back in a few hours. We're going to need that car. But I'm making a little progress. I was in a photo shoot yesterday, and they told me to get out of the shot. They were like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? You're supposed to be in the background.
I fucking love you.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
You've got
You are
you're like
amazing.
half human, half demon. If Dave Matthews had sex with a demon, you would be its child.
I love how you keep looking at your own reflection in the mirror that's over here. You
there-
can still do it. I'm sorry. You don't have to look down like that.
I wouldn't change anything about anything.
I absolutely love it. It's like a real misdirect because the amazing part of his misdirects are that you never truly think he's about to go where he's about to go.
Yeah,
and
but
he
then
goes
did.
there.
He did go there though. For
So it's
sure.
almost like
And you told us the joke, and they kind of laughed like that's not funny at all. And then after that, then you were like, you threw in another little tag. Then it was
Yeah.
like, yeah. And then they were like, the Jetta can come back. But it was like it didn't work though.
But the beginning, his first sentence gave a sense of foreshadowing almost. I'm
Yeah.
an actor.
The setup was pretty good.
what was the first sentence?
Something about
going. What was the
his
first thing he
car's
said?
getting more work than
Yeah,
he is.
because he's an actor.
Oh.
Actor.
Yeah. So he's an actor, and then the car's
Where
getting.
where
more
are you
work-
from?
From New York City.
New York City.
Holy
He's
shit!
from New York City.
Wow.
Well, if you ever want to go to a real city, Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where the best of the best started, and other than LA, it's the only place that has a real comedy scene. So forget about your country roads of New York City, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yanker, I think you're unbelievable. How long have you been doing stand-up in Los Angeles?
6 months.
Wow.
Yanker. Fuck. You seem like he should be one of the characters from that movie Stripes. Were you in the military? Have you ever been kicked out of the military because you might be a little off kilter?
I went to a military camp and they didn't like me too much there.
Fuck, military.
How old were you when you went to military camp?
14.
Wow.
What, did you
because
get
were-
sent there?
Yeah, my dad sent me
What does your dad do for a living?
Why is your dad such a fucking dick?
Yeah. Your dad's a lawyer? There
What
you
did
go.
you do to get sent to military camp?
I didn't get straight A's.
That was it?
Oh my
Oh,
God!
shit.
Isn't this the plot to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
It is.
Can one of the serial killers who performed earlier go kill this guy's dad?
We need to set him free. Unchain this man's mind, because I think it's going
Yanker,
somewhere
you're
special.
fucking hilarious.
Yanker,
Thank you
you're
so
in.
much.
Yeah.
That's a tag it. Without even
Fuck yeah.
we're not even gonna tag it. That's a keep it exactly the same.
What I liked about him, like there was a slight creepy thing to him, but not like child molester creepy.
Right.
Like he's the type of guy that might molest a child molester.
Right.
He's a child molester. So in a way, he's doing good.
Yeah, it's like Dexter, but like
Exactly.
totally gross.
He's the kid raping.
He
Dexter.
can only blow a load if it's on a
Some creep.
pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've touched kids before? Hello. Ding 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 ding. Yanker. I mean, that's obviously going to be the name of the show. Yanker.
How we doing on time?
Oh,
We got
I think
room
we
for
have
a
time
couple
for
more?
maybe 2 more. Let's do
Okay.
2 more quickie
Fuck
ones.
yeah.
All right. You guys having fun out there? Is this? Wow. Okay. You want to pick one or?
Just go for it.
Okay, I'm interested.
Shit. Wait, is there any girls? No girls.
No girl is going to allow us to make fun
No,
of her.
they wanted to see what was going to happen in the first one and feel it out.
We need someone that we can objectify.
Do you want to do a minute?
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's how fast it happens. Some estrogen up in this party.
That's right.
Pussy power.
Fuck
Shit.
yeah.
Okay. Pussy power.
I've been on stage like 3 times, so.
Perfect.
That's 2 more than most of the comedians tonight.
So I'm sure you can tell by the way I look. I went to school for video game design, which means I'm unemployed, like most others. It's basically like the 2010s version of an English degree, which means you're not going to go anywhere in your life. I fucking suck at this, you guys.
No,
Like,
you're great.
I want to tag
Stay in
it.
the pocket. Stay in the pocket.
It's not that kind
I
of
wanna
tagging.
tag
Slow
it.
the fuck down.
Oh.
This isn't a bag it and tag it. Don't fucking pound each other.
That's hilarious. No, settle down.
She's
You
like-
relax.
She's
Just
got
relax.
attitude now.
She
I
does.
like it better
I
when
love
she's
it.
just yelling at
I
you
bet-
guys.
We're seeing
She's
the
like
real.
Silver Lake Tina Fey.
Silver.
It's a compliment.
I'm
She's
gonna
got
take that
spice.
as a compliment.
Yeah.
It is.
I view her as intelligent and also hot,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so that works.
And you don't have the scar.
scar. There
Yeah,
you go.
That's the key.
I could tell she has big areolas.
It's like saucers.
Yeah.
Saucer
Silver
nips.
dollar nipples.
As soon as I
That's
take
a-
my shirt off, I just start singing Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I could tell.
I don't even know if that's a racist reference or not, but I hope it is. What's your name, by the way, since you're not on this list?
Right.
Sarah, most Hijabi.
We're not going to repeat that.
Yeah. If you say it 3 times, something happens.
Sarah, most of the job.
My dad comes out of the mirror and tries to choke you with a gold chain.
Holy
What
shit.
nationality
There we
are
go.
You should have opened with that.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Gold chain choking fathers? Yes.
I'm half Persian. I'm a daywalker, though. I can get through the airport.
A day walker.
Wow.
That's very close to a
is.
Canadian racial slur I like, ice walker. Just thought I'd point it out.
I don't know what that's about.
Oh.
Nice.
I like that.
Half Persian, half what, by the way?
I don't know. Europe got together, raped some Cherokees. I'm turned into this.
Fuck
Wow.
Yeah.
Rape Cherokees.
Yeah, I'm German, Irish, and a little bit of Indian. That means like my. This
Listen, hey, everyone's so Indian. No, we're not filling out scholarship forms. We don't have to pretend to be Indian, okay? Some of us can just be normal white people with no native blood whatsoever.
I'm spiritual too, is what I was trying to tell.
Oh,
her.
okay. Well, that's cool then.
So could you like not decide what you wanted to do with like long hair or short hair? And
It's
you're
the
just
modern mullet.
No, my hair is cut like
Final
like
Fantasy.
Lightning from Final Fantasy
Yeah.
13.
I know, Final
Oh,
Fantasy.
It's like a video game.
So you're a real.
That's
video
why you
game.
wanted to tag it immediately.
Yeah.
That's most of. Actually, I just forgot because it has made me nervous. But most of what my bits are about is how I discovered my vibrating controller with Final Fantasy because it's a true story.
Yeah.
Oh God.
God, why
I
didn't
gotta
you-
summon Odin again. Yeah.
Hey, I got to show you my. I got this video game called Rev. I think it was called Rez.
Ah,
And,
yes.
yeah,
We just talked about this.
Yeah, and I got
You
that-
can attach it to your wrist.
yeah, you could also put it in your asshole. It's pretty fucking great. I'm sure you'll like it.
I mean, I was at home masturbating, playing Pokemon like every other 13-year-old boy, so I was really happy about that.
Cool. Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pokemon. My God. I feel like we're just in the middle of, like, we're sitting here in between destiny.
Absolutely. I think she's going to be a huge star. I think you got to change your last name. It's a little bit aggressive. Either that or use it as an opener. Acknowledge
Mr.
it.
Jabby.
Then you could do the gold chain
Maybe,
dad thing.
And maybe show some nipples.
Jesus Christ.
Just so you know, I don't want you to feel objectified. He's done this to every comedian we brought up here tonight.
I've done it all night long.
Loves nipples.
Yeah.
If only I get kicked out of Snickers, right?
Damn.
How long have you been doing you've only done it a few times?
I've literally, this is my 4th time on a stage.
She's already doing callbacks. Did you hear that Snickers reference just now?
No, I missed
She
it.
fucking crushed it.
Holy shit.
You're at level 3, even though you've only been on stage 4 times.
I know, I'm really good at leveling up.
You're already
I
you're
bet she fucks better than
I
all
know.
of us.
Definitely.
I get all the pussy.
You've only been on stage 3 times, and you're already the 7th funniest female in the country. So congratulations. Give it up for Sarah, everybody. Sarah.
Bad. Sarah.
We have
crushed
time
it.
for one more.
We got one more that is never going to be able to follow Sarah. Oh. She looks like a hot Barry Melrose with that haircut.
Sorry in advance to any comedians who didn't get on. There's an experimental adventure.
I've had fun.
What does that say, Tony?
That says Junior Seau, and that says aid. I think it
AIDS?
says aid dating.
An AIDS
site.
dating site? Is that a bit? Does someone have a bit about an AIDS dating site?
Tim
That
Greer?
is Tim.
Is Tim here?
Tim
Is
Greer?
Is it an AIDS dating site? All right, Tim
God.
Greer.
The best of the best.
If it was ad dating site, we were gonna go with Junior Seau, but since it's AIDS, fuck yeah, great.
So that's the thing. I'm gonna start a website for people that have AIDS. I feel bad for them. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call it Date AIDS. Date AIDS. Think about it. It's benefits of having an AIDS dating website. You can tell within a 50-mile radius who has AIDS. Like that beautiful woman you see jogging down the street. You're gonna think differently when you see that bitch's profile on Date AIDS. Like, nope, you're burnt. Like, serious. I mean, it's that. But that's look. There's benefits though. Okay, if you want to commit suicide and you just really want to give the fuck up, this could be better than a suicide hotline. Like, for real, it could. Like, fuck, you will go on Date AIDS, you know, find you a good profile, call her up. Hey, how long you have to live? What you doing tonight? Like, seriously, that's a good thing. But hey, that's my Date AIDS.
That's a really funny premise.
Funny premise. Yeah. One, I feel like you ignore the science of the fact that people don't just drop dead of AIDS anymore. There is just medication for it.
Right.
So that, you know, there's not necessarily going to be an expiration date for everyone with AIDS. Although...
Did you know that us 3 had AIDS?
Because that also is somewhat...
You guys can have the first 3 profiles. We can even like plug the...
He tagged it.
I love it. There you go. That's a tag.
He tagged that one. And an AIDS dating site, maybe throw in like it's called christianmingle.com or something like that.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go.
I just, you know, something that would really offend people and at the same time make everyone else really happy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're really gonna have to try to T-sell this idea to.
Nice. Wow. See now, just so people know, had it been the racist Rich Slayton up here, instead of Christian Mingle, I would have said blackpeoplemeet.com. But I didn't want to sound racist myself. Nice. Black guy said it was funny. We're in.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Light-skinned that don't count.
Hell yeah.
This guy's starting out. He's going against the light skin.
Yeah. Not only
All
did
right.
he steal the East Coast comedian's comedy jacket, but by the way, for those of you who have only been on stage less than 5 times, get the black leather jacket. and start being a comedian today.
You're gonna see this guy in 2 weeks wearing the same hat as the guy that's been doing it 11 years. There's no doubt about it.
All right, thanks, man. That was
So,
fun.
Ed,
Tim
I
Greer.
have one more question for you, Tim. Because you made a comment about light-skinned earlier, who said that people call it light-skinned because black people call it that because they have bad grammar. What would be your reasoning as to why it's called light-skinned with 2 Ds?
They're trying to fully extend the light skin, to really show you how light they are.
Emphasis.
It's the same thing, yeah. Emphasizing, yes.
So it's just to rub it in deeper, like you're so
like you're not
much lighter. We
you're
have to
light-skinned.
say it incorrectly.
You're light-skinned.
Damn.
Like it's
Also, I don't know if this is racist, but are you related to David Allen Greer?
No, I wish.
Fair enough. I wish I was too.
There he goes, everybody. Give it up for Tim Greer.
Fuck yeah. Got to extend it. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna just add EDs onto things I want to emphasize.
Well, that was
yeah,
a lot of
what
fun.
can white people do that with?
I don't know. I think if we said, "Oh, that Greek guy is dark-skinned," that shit would be racist as fuck.
Right.
At least it sounds that way.
Because they'd be like, "Why do you have to say it like that?"
And I'd be like, well, because I'm racist against Greek people. They're filthy animals.
But really, that's what they're being, right? Couldn't one say that it's racist to make fun of lighter skinned?
Well, yeah, but it's not racist to be black people. They
true.
can do whatever they want. That's the rule.
So that's it on comics, right, Brian?
Yeah, I think we should. We have another podcast coming up that we have to.
Awesome.
Hey, do you guys wonder what it feels like to be one of the people who didn't make it on to tonight's show?
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
What?
people waiting around. They're like, "Oh, I'm next, and now they're not."
How many more
Did
do we
anybody
have?
sign up that didn't get on here or downstairs?
Those are the people who got fucked.
Henson, that's who I want to talk to. He's got a Junior Seau bit. Here's Kyle Henson, everybody.
Oh yeah.
The great experiment continues with Kyle Henson with his bit Junior Seau.
Thank you. Tony, awesome podcast. Congratulations.
Points.
Thank you. That's
Kissing
not going to
up.
help
Brian,
you.
Rick. Junior Seau died. Sad.
Oh.
I found out on Facebook. Like, what happened to the good days you used to find out somebody died from a reputable source, like TMZ? I don't believe it, though, so I go to Wikipedia. It says Junior Seau shot himself in the chest. Like, fuck, if you point the gun this way, you're probably going to die. That got me a little bit more curious. Like, guys, how much do the Saints pay for Hall of Famer suicides? Now, some people don't get that joke. I understand. And other people are just butthurt like Patrick Swayze. Or a kid in a Penn State locker room. Joe Paterno means no. Thank you, guys. I'm Kyle Henson.
My favorite part of that set was when a lady in the middle of the audience just goes, "What?
What?" The good old days from TMZ. What? Like, you understand protocol for how comedy shows work.
Right.
And at the same time, you felt it was important enough that you question his joke mid-bit.
The rest of us thought the same thing. We were just able to keep it in. What do you say before the Paterno thing? Oh, Patrick. So you took a shot at Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, for no reason either.
Why would he be butthurt?
He died of colon cancer.
No, he died of pancreatic cancer. I was the first one to write the joke about it. So.
Wait, hold on. You were the first person to write the pancreatic joke about Patrick Swayze?
As soon as here's what's crazy about this situation. As soon as he got pancreatic cancer, I know that that's one of the fastest moving cancers. So I'm like, I need to write the first Patrick Swayze is dead joke because it's going to be big for me in a month. My favorite thing is always to be the one that tries to like attack whoever dies and then listen to the
right.
I try to write something funny about it and then listen to everybody go, "Oh, you didn't do it. It's too soon. Nobody bought."
Right. You love
So
that's
I was
right.
literally
You're a too
working
soon
out
guy.
in the comedy show room downstairs in the original room for a month. Patrick Swayze is dead jokes, and it was
Waiting
the
for
first
that
joke
moment.
that I ever sold.
Fuck
I made
yeah.
$100 off of my Patrick Swayze joke. It
What's
was pancreatic cancer.
Are you allowed to say it?
No, it's not. Well, basically, it was pretty. I shouldn't say it, but something
You
about
have 1 minute to tell us the joke. Oh, no? Okay.
The gist was Ghost 2. This time it's for real.
Great punchline. If some of these comics had your punchlines, you know, maybe this will be a good fucking.
Andrew Yanker. I'm trying to get that guy to write for me.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to get that guy to finger bang me. Yanker was fucking.
You want a
out there.
yanker in your stanker?
I'll take
Sorry,
it.
everybody.
I'll take it. Yanker in the stanker.
Fuck yeah!
All right, wow. This is
well, my minute kicked ass. You know, it was better than the not 3 that I got downstairs.
true.
Hell yeah!
You made someone's night.
This is it. My career, I don't have to work anymore.
Right.
Why
You
did
have so much comedy heat right now? You could iron your shirt with it.
I probably should.
We really should have let Sarah headline.
Oh, definitely.
The last 2 were.
We know that one for next. We'll have Sarah on next week. The follow up. Kyle will never have you on again.
Thanks a lot.
This was the big shot.
Yeah.
And
This is
it's over.
Yeah. But thank you so much,
Hey,
Kyle.
thank you.
It's fun.
Hell yeah.
What's that? What was that?
Somebody- what's this
Was
one?
that a faggot or a taggot?
He was light skinned. Did. That was for emphasis.
All right, we can do
6
one more,
more.
but this is the last one, and we have to do it real
Okay.
fast.
Here we
because
go
gotta
then. Well, how about the guy named Slopez? I just got to go with that with his
Slopez?
State Ohio joke.
Slopez? I'm assuming that's
Are you here,
a
Slopez?
possibly a retarded person with the last name Lopez. Slopez.
Well, you was too slow
Is
for
there
that.
There you
a
go. He didn't-
retarded Hispanic person
He didn't make it. How about
named Lopez? No?
All right, let's just end this
Gay
shit.
roommate, do it.
Ingram, where can people find you?
People can find me wandering around the streets of Sherman Oaks. Online, Twitter at Rick Ingram.
And you just made the very hilarious show called The Rick Ingram Experience. He's so funny that he calls out people in the crowd and he interviews them as his actual guests. Instead of bringing in celebrities, he just brings up people from the crowd and turns these strangers into hilarious interviews, and it's unbelievable. They can check that out where? Like the YouTube
this summer
channel?
they're going to release, and they're not out yet, but this
Oh,
summer
great.
they should be released on. Will be out on YouTube at least. But
Awesome.
Rick Ingram
Right.
Experience. Should
I'm
be
sure
cool.
that'll be the start of
Also, I have
something
a
huge.
podcast called Embrace the Hate that is not as racist as it sounds.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Embrace the hate. Well, fuck yeah. Well, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
part
thanks
of
for
this.
having
It's
me,
been a
man.
real pleasure. And
Again, those hipsters were right. This shit's the bomb.
well,
Raise the roof.
We'll be doing this every week at 8 p.m.
hell yeah, it's going to be a whole new thing. Thanks to the Death Squad fans that came out and made it tonight. You guys are awesome. Hell yeah, Lainey and Jerry are here.
Kato Kalin.
Josh Meyerowitz up there.
Oh,
Gonna be doing
he's
his
my
podcast
favorite
soon.
completely normal person.
Shout out to David Pierce.
What? David Pierce and all the
Pierce
creepy
Law
lawyers?
Associates.
Hell yeah.
All the creepy lawyers that sent Andrew Yanker to military camp.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Tony Hinchcliffe on Twitter. Thanks, Red Band.
Thank you. All right,
Been a
stay
lot
tuned
of
for the
fun.
Ding Dong Show.
Hell yeah.
For the night, fuck being polite. I'm